Hey guys, it's Jeff from Pressure Luck, and Happy New Year! Happy 2022! This is officially my 6th year of going into doing pressure cooking and instant pot recipes. Where has the time gone? The first time I tried one out was in December of 2016. So yeah, I'm entering my 6th year. This is just nutty, nutty, nutty. But I feel like as a result of that, I should commemorate the day with a recipe that's going to be delicious. It's going to be super easy, loaded with delicious goodies like veggies and protein in there. And of course, we got a little bit of grains going in this one too. Guys, we're making a classic beef and barley soup. Now, sometimes when you hear something like that, you're like, well, am I going to like barley? And that just sounds like it's going to take a lot of time to do. Nope, not at all. You're going to see how easy it is to do, and you're probably going to love barley. I mean, I can't guarantee you, but I think it tastes delicious. It's like kind of like a nutty rice, if you will. Alright? So we're gonna go right to the Instant Pot and make some of the most outrageous. It's actually in my first cookbook, this recipe as well. Beef and barley soup. You're gonna lose your mind over it, it's that good. Perfect for a chilly and miserably gloomy day. Come on, let's go. So to begin, let's just do some veggie prepping. I want to take a large yellow onion, a nice big, thick, large carrot, or 2 medium-sized ones, and 2 ribs from a stalk of celery. With my onion diced up, my carrot peeled and diced, and my celery sliced into about, 1/4 of an inch slices, just like that. Alright? Now we're going to take about 1 pound of baby or fingerling potatoes, whatever you can find. I couldn't find the baby in my market, so fingerling will do. And I'm just going to dice and quarter those up. And look, it looks like I have some purple potatoes as well as white ones. And it doesn't make a difference really. It's going to all be great, whether it's purple or red or white. Just try to get some baby potatoes of this size or fingerlings with the skin still on them. So we just have nice little pieces of potato. I keep making them fly out of the bowl. Alright, now let's move on to the pot. Alright, so my Instant Pot, I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And now I'm going to give that pot some heat. I'm going to come down on my control panel and I'm going to hit the saute button and make sure I'm on the more or high setting. And after about 3 minutes of that oil heating up, I'm going to add in all of these veggies, the onion, the carrot, and the celery. And we're going to let this saute in the pot for about 5 minutes until it becomes just slightly softened. It won't be soft, that'll happen when we pressure cook. We just want to give it some color and have it sweat a bit. Alright, and after 5 minutes of sauteing our veggies, you see they've gotten like a more colorful, a little bit softer. We're good. Okay, now it's time to add in our beef. For this, guys, I strongly recommend a chuck roast cut. You can already find some in the market already cut up for you. Did I say just cut up? I meant to say cut up. It's like, I guess, a combination of chopped and cut into pieces like this, about 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch or so, bite-sized enough so you can deal with it when you work with it, when you eat it in a spoon. But don't forget, it will cook down when you cook it. But get 2 pounds, all right? And if you're going to cut it yourself, again, cut it into this size. Or if the pieces are too large, just cut them into bite-sized pieces that you're happy with. Add that to the pot, along with 6 cloves or 2 tablespoons of crushed or minced garlic. Fun fact, 1 tablespoon equals about 3 cloves. And we're going to saute this in the pot for about another 2 to 3 minutes until our beef has browned a bit on the sides. Obviously, it's not going to get fully cooked here. And you see that the meat has just got some color on the edges. That's all we really want going on here. We're good to go. Next step, I'm going to add in 6 cups of beef broth, and I'm actually using reduced sodium for this because honestly, I can't even really taste the difference much. And to me, the less sodium in the broth, the better. Anything on the sides here, just make sure we give a little scoop with the spoon, make sure everything's mostly in the pot. And now it's time to add our barley. I'm going to add in 1 cup of pearl barley that I've just rinsed for about a minute in the fine mesh strainer under the sink. Add that. Might not seem like much right now, but believe me, it will expand as it cooks. 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, getting better at that. 1½ tablespoons of seasoned salt, 2 teaspoons of dried thyme, and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. I'm just going to give everything kind of a stir in here. Make sure that nothing's stuck to the bottom of the pot. Give it a little scrape. We always want the bottom of the pot to be nice and smooth before we pressure cook. Alright, that's perfect. And now I'm just going to top with my potatoes and smooth that out. As well as 2 bay leaves. And that's it, my friends. That's all you got to do. Could not be easier. Simply now take your lid, secure it, Make sure the valve is in the sealing position. Some models will automatically go into the sealing position as you put the lid on. Some older ones don't. You just gotta flick the nozzle. Very simple. And now I come back to the control panel and I hit the cancel button, and then I hit the pressure cook button, and I wanna go for 20 minutes at high pressure. I adjust the time with the plus or minus buttons here, or if you have a knob on your model, you'll spin it accordingly. And now that we're done pressure cooking, we're going to allow a 15-minute natural release. And that means we do nothing for 15 minutes. You see this clock right here? Before we just counted down from the pressure cook time, but now it's going to start going up. You see that? At this point, this clock's going to count how much time has elapsed since the pressure cooking cycle was complete. So again, 15 minutes here means a 15-minute natural release. Now that 15 minutes of a natural release have passed, we're ready to finish this off with a quick release. And the pin just dropped, so we'll take the lid off. And then we could fish out those bay leaves, and then give everything a stir, and you'll see how everything will have cooked perfectly. I broke my little fan, by the way, which is why I have to keep fanning things, because the steam goes right into the lens. I'm trying to film this at an angle as best as possible, but there you have it. Alright, let's give this a try. Alright, here's a nice bowl with the little handles. Get lots of goodies in there. Barley, the veggies, broth, and of course, the beef. Where's the beef? And folks, voila, beef and barley soup all ready to serve. Let's try it out. All right, and there it is, my beef and barley soup. I can hardly contain myself. Let's do this. Ooh, it's hot. It has that wonderfully rich, beefy flavor in the broth in itself. The barley is perfectly cooked. The al dente perfection. It's got, like I said, that slightly nutty tinge to it. I love that. And here's some of my meat. Look at that. Shreds apart, melts in your mouth, not in your spoon. I mean, this is essentially marrying a bunch of things together. You have like a grain, a vegetable soup, and a beef stew all in one. I love beef and barley soup. It's literally one of my favorite things in the world. It's so, so comforting, and it's gonna be perfect for dinner tonight, or any night really. It's so delicious. And these potatoes, they're basically like mini mashed potatoes at this point. They hold their little potato forms, but once they enter your mouth and you sink your teeth into it, it just dissipates into a very precious moment of culinary perfection. So, whatever that means, just adjectives are great in these situations. Can't get enough of it, really. Oh, you know what's gonna be really good with this? A little piece of like garlic bread or a garlic knot or a roll of some sort. Dip that in there. I was also just in Alabama. Something that's very popular there is something called Sister Schubert's rolls. And I was like, okay then, they're delicious. Those would also be great in this, as well as like a garlic knot or French bread, crusty bread, sourdough, anything. My friends, if you enjoyed this recipe, check out pressurelawcooking.com because I have a slew of recipes there, lots and lots and lots. This recipe, like I said, is in my first cookbook, the orange one, the original step-by-step Instant Pot cookbook. And then you can also check out my blue cookbook, the lighter step-by-step Instant Pot cookbook. Both are #1 national bestsellers. And the third book, which I don't even have in my hands yet because it's not printed yet, it's going to print very soon, is the yellow book, the Simple Comfort step-by-step Instant Pot cookbook. All comfort food, right in your kitchen, done simply, just like the title suggests. Thank you so much again for watching, everybody. Also, check me out at facebook.com/pressurelawcooking and like that page for any time a new recipe comes out. And then my other socials at Pressure Law Cooking on YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff. Again, I appreciate you watching. And I don't know what's faster, a Cheetah or a Harley, or just making in the Instant Pot some beef and barley. It's all pretty close. Enjoy.